gödöllői kastély büszke tagja az Európai Királyi Rezidenciák Szövetségének. Évente 3 témában szervezünk technikai találkozót, amikor az adott téma szakértői összegyűlnek egy helyszínen és megvizsgálják, hogy hogyan lehetne saját tevékenységüket javítani. A mai napnak és a holnapi napnak a filmezés ilyen történelmi környezetben a fő témája, erről beszélgetnek a kollégák. A gödöllői kastélynak az a nagy nehézsége, hogy míg a Schönbrunni kastély játszotta a Schönbrunni kastélyt filmekben, vagy Versailles nagyon sokszor játsza a Versailles kastélyt, addig a gödöllői kastély nem nagyon játszotta saját magát az elmúlt években. Voltunk mi orosz maffiózónak a birodalma, eljátszottuk a Schönbrunni kastélyt is egyébként, voltunk New York-i gazdag család belső lakása, és sosem Gödöllő, és sosem Magyarország ez a nehézség. A mai napig titoktartási kötelezettség köt minket, hogy milyen filmeket forgattak, pont ezért itt nálunk, tehát konkrét filmcímeket sajnos nem mondhatok el. Egy nap forgatás, mondjuk egy kereskedelmi csatorna vagy egy hollywoodi produkció esetén is nagyon sok millió forint tiszta hasznot jelent a gödöllői kastélynak. Nyilván ezt mondjuk angol, francia vagy német helyszíneknél akár még dollárban is, vagy euróban is megjeleníthető összegként szerepel.
I have a great opinion about Gödöllő. It's not just quite a beautiful place. We have a very deep relationship, not just for the Austrian and Hungarian monarchy, not just that Empress Elizabeth came here quite often. We have a good relationship. We had a couple of years ago, I think in the end of September 23, the exhibition Sisi on tour. It was quite interesting and a good exhibition here. We were here together also on a technical meeting a couple of years ago. The shops, that's quite important. It's very important for the international tourists to come to Gödöllő. And like right now, today and tomorrow, we have another technical meeting here about filming in historical palaces. It's quite important for our palaces, and I just can say not just that it's a beautiful place, it's a very important place with the relationship to Austria and to Schönbrunn.
When people film, it shows interest to other people who watch the films. So people like seeing things on TV and then they want to go visit. So it encourages visits to our palaces. The other is that we charge film crews to film on site, so we generate income, and that goes to funding our conservation efforts and supporting the palace's upkeep.
But we have lots of really robust guidelines and rules in place, which means that we don't actually have any damage, but that's only because we have a lot of guidelines in place and get people to follow the rules that we need them to.
When we were approached by Bridgerton in Series 1, we didn't know how big a success it would be. We thought it would, be another filming project that we could tick off. With the success of the series comes more visitors and more interest, so we are keen to continue working with them.
I would say one of the most famous movies that really defined us and really still brings us guests are the movies from the 70s, like the trilogy about Sisi, so the Sisi films. We still have some of the remains also present in our exhibition, so there is also an influence of that in the museum, and this is really, I think, one of the most successful movies that was actually filmed on our location that still brings us visitors today.
It's basically free marketing for us, not just free marketing, they pay us some money and then they do the marketing for us. So a big project which has like a worldwide audience. You can't really get it any other way, this kind of exposure. It's my first time being here, and it's interesting for us coming from Schönbrunn. It's like an alternative version of Schönbrunn. Some of the things look similar, but not quite similar. Similar patterns, but different colors, for example. It's interesting how far the influence basically of Sisi and has reached, and it's mentioned quite often, Gödöllő and her basically leaving Vienna to come here.
It's very important to share with other people how we do, how we work, what is the problem, what is the solution, how we do, and it's always amazing to talk about that.
It was the film of Sofia Coppola 20 years ago. So Jeanne had the opportunity to work at this moment. So it was very important for Versailles and significant for after. And I think the team wanted to come in Versailles and do more movie and more filming.
We never close the palace for filming. We receive a filming team when we are closed on Monday and doing on evening.
It's not easy in any space because it's dangerous for the historical pieces we have there, for even the spaces, and it's a risk. But we think it's worth it, and we should share with our citizens, with the Spanish citizens, and with all the visitors if they come to see us, our history, our historical pieces, and our art. So we are so glad to have filming there. Just, for example, last year, Pedro Almodóvar had shootings there in Aranjuez, Money Heist, La Casa de Papel, Berlin, a lot of them. But we try to do as much as we can, but respecting our history, our spaces, and the conservation we need to keep it perfectly. We need to share our knowledge, our experience, our problems even. So for us, it's like a really big opportunity. We met new people, we met friends, and it's really useful, and I'm delighted to be here.